Well, we'll do a review of the newspapers, but not before we bring you the latest news headlines. And we have Mapitso Sabidi right here. Mapitso, good morning to you.
Good morning, Roland Walker.
And I hope that we're going to have some great interactions. We have some news highlights.
Yes, we do. Now, to our first story. The minority in Parliament is asking government to immediately present a fresh budget statement to the House, insisting the 2019 budget has been thrown out of gear by the depreciation of the CD. Minority spokesperson on finance, Kasil Atufasan, says investor confidence in the country's economy is currently lost because of the falling value of the currency. He told a media briefing in Parliament House the loss in the value of the CD is as a result of poor leadership.
If you look at the exchange rate, our balance of payment carefully, BOP carefully, we have two layers. The first layer is the balance of trade, and the second layer is the capital account. The balance of trade is where you see the import and the export, and the current account, the capital account, is where you see the inflows and outflows of money, capital. Analyzing the BOP, you will know where exactly the problem is coming from. The problem that we are facing today, is largely because of portfolio investment that is leaving out of the country. You take the cocoa proceeds coming in, cocoa proceeds alone coming in. It is only enough to pay under this administration for rice, poultry, and tomatoes. So we are importing so much rice, so much poultry, chicken that we eat, and so much tomatoes into the country that whatever we get from cocoa proceeds can only be offset on that. So in a country like this, that's where the problem is. I also want to find out from His Excellency the President. He's been in office for 2 good years. What exactly has he done so far to change the structure of the economy? Contrary to his promise to change the structure, 1 district, 1 factory, and all that, they've done nothing. Fronting for us at November 2018, Ghana's debt, external debt, amounted to $18 billion. $18 billion. At the time, the exchange rate is not the same as today. So if at the time the exchange rate was 4.8, and today the exchange rate, as at today's value, we are looking at 5.6, and I've given you reference rates. Yesterday, 3:04 p.m., at the time we were doing the write-up.
Meanwhile, Information Minister Kojo Ponkrumah has dismissed the minority's prediction on the performance of the CD.
The substance of their presentation today essentially is that the CD has depreciated and that importers have taken a hit. Now, this is an already acknowledged point, and government has already been working to address the situation. The Bank of Ghana outlined its short-term measures. The Finance Minister outlined the medium-term measures. And today you are beginning to see a gradual recovery of the Ghanaian cedi. We expect that these recent efforts, in addition to efforts like the successful issuance, as well as some of the other medium-term items that have been outlined, will lead to an eventual reversal of the recent shocks that the currency has suffered. So the cedi is gradually making a comeback, and this minority attempts to take political jabs is a bit late in the day. I've also been explaining to you the medium and long-term solutions, which for us give us the conviction that we will be able to hold our own when it comes to the Ghanaian currency. So I would like to encourage the Ghanaian populace and people who trade in our currency and other things the world over that don't pay attention to these speculations. Indeed, last year they made similar speculations that will go beyond 5 before the year was over. That wasn't occasioned. We were able to contain it. In the first quarter of this year, as a result of about 3 major things, we don't share that speculation. We think it's unhealthy, and we ask the minority to stop that in the name of Ghana, stop that in the interest of Ghana.
Away from the CD and to the courts, the days of missing court dockets and unacceptable delays in the prosecution of cases are over with the introduction of the electronic justice system in the courts. The project seeks to automate the existing manual filing systems within court registries. The initiative has been launched by President Akufo-Addo, who is optimistic the new dawn will enable the justice delivery system produce first-class judgment hinged on competence, fairness, and independence.
When fully executed, information about the number of convicts, dates convicted, nature of offenses, number of persons on remand who are simply being processed for court, amongst others, will be shared with the relevant state institutions. Today, through the e-Justice project, an electronic platform is being provided for process filing, process service, fee assessments, and online payments, just as we have just seen. The platform, additionally, automatically assigns cases to courts and judges, a clear departure from the days of manual assignments, which have the tendency to pervert the course of justice. This paperless court system operates with minimal interference, and if what we have seen so far with a paperless system in use at our ports is anything to go by, then we are guaranteed greater efficiency in our justice delivery system. I urge the Chief Justice not to relent in her quest to build a first-class judiciary whose hallmarks are competence, fairness, and independence. It is indeed encouraging to note that in addition to the implementation of this project, training programs are being held for members of the bench and their staff. This will augur well for the success of the project. I'm hopeful that all actors connected with the e-Justice system will strive for excellence and demonstrate integrity in the use of the platform so that anyone, judge, lawyer, or client who uses the platform will be confident that justice will always be delivered.
The President further reiterated his commitment to dealing with all forms of impunity in the country.
As we seek to move our country to a situation beyond aid, I urge all Ghanaians to be natural champions of a law-based state whose establishments are solid enough to sanction effectively vigilantism, bank frauds, cyber frauds, sharp practice, illegal mining, identity thefts, stealing of public funds, bribery and corruption, criminal cartels, and criminal behavior in general, including assault on and by law enforcement officers. The application of technology to the practice of law and the administration of justice will help facilitate the nation's ability to reach these goals. Let me remind you once again of the mission statement of the Judicial Service of Ghana, and that is, quote, to resolve legal conflicts according to law, impartially and efficiently to all persons without fear or favor, affection or ill will, unquote. I'm confident that the e-Justice system will be one of the surest ways of diligently executing your task.
3 police officers who allegedly assaulted 3 journalists working with the Ghanaian Times newspaper have been interdicted. They're Inspector Isaac Opari of the Ministry's Divisional Police, Sergeant Ebenezer Akrofi of the Accra Region Police Headquarters, and Corporal Evans Kofi Ntim of the Police Visibility Unit in Accra. The 3 are said to have been involved in the assault of Malik Suleimana, a court reporter, Razia Sambo, a general reporter, and Salifu Abdul Rahman, an assistant editor, after one of the officers allegedly used his unregistered motorbike to hit a vehicle belonging to the Ghanaian Times near the Kimbu traffic lights in Accra on Thursday after allegedly jumping traffic. A statement signed by the Director General of Public Affairs of the Police Service, ASP David Atlu, said the Inspector General Police, David Asante Apietu, has also directed the Accra Regional Officer to take over the investigation for the Ministry's police station. Let me take you to the Central Region now, where the Central Regional Development Commission is seeking the support of traditional authorities and members of parliament in the region to help lift the region from its current state as the 4th poorest region in Ghana. The Commission says despite the abundant resources, the heritage and rich culture of the people, the unemployment rates and the level of poverty leaves much to be desired. Addressing the traditional leaders and members of parliament from the central region at the Regional House of Chiefs, acting CEO of the Commission, Spencer Taylor, said the traditional leaders and the members of parliament have a crucial role to play to overturn the inevitable state of the region. Bridget Kojanyako has more in the following report.
According to the Central Regional Development Commission, notwithstanding the rich investment potentials which abound in the central region, there is a significant dearth of investment in the region. This situation, they say, has largely resulted in high levels of unemployment and reduced economic growth in the central region. The meeting that took place at the Central Regional House of Chiefs was to see how best the traditional leaders and the members of parliament from the region could commit to practical steps to woo investors into the region and to provide resources to help improve the lives of the people in the area. Addressing the House of Chiefs, acting CEO of SEDECOM, Spencer Taylor, called on the parliamentarians and the chiefs to look at the best way of helping to overturn the current description of the region as the 4th poorest in Ghana.
So our meeting here is to begin the process of bringing Nanano and MPs on board, have a common platform to discuss key issues that pertain to investments in the central region and how best these issues can be dealt with. If there are negative issues, we remove them. Positive ones, we deepen them so that at the end of the day, the region will move from the 4th poorest to the 1st richest region in Ghana.
MP for Ascent Central, Kennedy Japan, warned the region cannot afford to depend solely on government for its needs. He encouraged the chiefs to help release land to investors to develop their respective areas rather than selling the lands for their personal gains.
We want to take this region's destiny into our own hands. We are not going to wait for the president to bring peanuts because Ochiche, Ghana's Kenya, Ochiche, a Quina airport captain, Ubedru no Sisi Amok, Ubedru captain, no Sisi Amok. You will go back again. So that the onus is on young MPs, politicians, and the whole region to make sure that you have accessible aid to Kakum Forest. At ease, these are the practical things we have to be doing. We have to sell this region. But before we can sell the region, we should make sure that we have certain things in place. Only disappointed. Or disappointed, message in about destroy everything that we are doing.
The MP for Chufu Etimokwa, Abraham Jumaudum, also urged the chiefs to open their doors to receive the numerous investment opportunities that are coming. The Regional House of Chiefs expressed their appreciation to SEDECOM and the MPs for such a move that seeks to bring smiles on the faces of the people in the region. Richard Kwejunyako, Joy News, Cape Coast.
And in Zibala in Upper West East region, 2 women are bracing the storm to change the lives of their families. JoyNews' Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin brings us the story of Akuguri Abisulo and Halima Mohammed, who are making a living selling chickens. Take a look.
Meet Akuguri Abisulo and Halima Mohammed. Who took a decision that selling chicken is what would better their lives. They have for years been in the business of slaughtering, dressing and selling the birds, mostly to travelers. Akuguri Abisulo is married to Ndago Akuguri, a security man. They have 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls. Abisulo started selling groundnut and later other food items on the streets of Zebila.
I have been selling chicken for some time now. This is where I earn my living and take care of my children. Because of how things have become hard, I have resorted to taking loans to take control of situations while I work hard here to pay back.
Abisilo makes at least 30 cedis a day.
Every day I could make at least 30 cedis after deducting all the expenses made.
Sharon Indago is just 15 years. She has to be here every vacation or daily, even after school, to help her mother.
I close from school. I always come and help my mother. Like, if I always help my mother, it have an effect. The time that I'll get, if I run after the cars, case after the car, if I go home, I'll be tired. I can't read any. If I pick the book, it's like I'm feeling sleepy. I also, like that, I'll say, let me rest more. After, by the time I realize, I already sleep.
Halima Mohammed has also been selling birds for 15 years. Like Abisilo, she's tired sitting behind burning fire to dress the birds every day.
There is so much hardship in this work. If I'm able to raise more money, I will change for another business.
How are Halima and Abisilo coping with life, with their earning from the business? Is it worth their energy? Halima and Abisilo are but a few hard-working women across the globe who strive to make a living almost from nothing. Mahmoud Mohammed Nudin reporting for JoyNews.
That's it for the AM News. I'm Mapitso.